Hello everyone, welcome back to the Frontline, welcome to FPL in the Trenches. This is the recap, review, upcoming everything show for the FPL, the Frontline Prediction League. My name is Scott, joining me today is BeerMeJesus. How are you today, BeerMe?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, doing pretty good. We're coming off a busy time here, and I'm on vacation this week, so I can do whatever. But we've got a lot of work with FPL stuff because we had In Your House last weekend, and we're going to have Hell in a Cell this weekend, and it's one of those in betweens. So we've got a lot to cover here and a lot to talk about with announcements and craziness and lots of fun stuff. So before we dive in, I'll just get this out of the way. This is the Frontline Prediction League, Frontline League, over on Twitter. You can like, follow, and subscribe here as well on this YouTube video. You can also check out our podcast. New episode came out this past weekend. It's top of the card. It's by BeerMe and myself, as well as the creative team that joins me over on this league, over on that, with Jonathan ZT Martin, Redhead12, and the GMSG. Top of the card pod for Twitter on all that, and you can follow that over there. It's bi-weekly, so you got some time to catch up. But in the meantime, over here on our stuff with the FPL, we've got some insanity. So, bear me, I think, like I said, we should just dive right in, because we've got to cover In Your House, discuss that, and then announce stuff for Hell in a Cell, and discuss that. So, I'm ready if you are.
Ready as ever. Let's do it.
Okay, let's go. Well, we've got In Your House, TakeOver, FPL, the weird names. For us, it's FPL TakeOver In Your House 2021, and our main event saw the FPL American Championship being defended in a Bayou Barroom Brawl hardcore match with Alexander McKennedy going to a no contest with Josh Gionio. Now, I had predicted that McKennedy would lose the Eliminator to JD, which he did, or which earned JD the shot, and he would go on to retain here. Technically, he has retained his title because it went to a no contest. And if you read the write-up, it was in literally a bar in a bayou, and because of the massive injuries they were suffering and the risk of injury and disease, the match was called not very sanitary, and we pulled it back. So we don't have a new champion, but he also didn't get a win. And this has been something that you're familiar with our Canadian Championship, where we've got draws, we've got no contests happening with these inaugural defenses out of the gate. And even with our contenderships, where there's multiple contenders coming in. Like I said, we tweaked the Watson rules for that, and this was a hardcore match. If it was a different type of match, like a death match, it would have been different. So there's no problem there. It's just these guys are that evenly matched. Just like yourself and CT and Ralentendo, we're that evenly matched. So, are you surprised to see this draw, basically? There's no contest in this match. Did you think we'd have a definitive winner in this?
I thought we would, but I'm not surprised. I think each guy is beating the other guy by like a point.
Yep.
So, it's not surprising to me. But no, I did think we would have.
Yeah, they are 1-1. And now they're 1-1. So that is something that we're looking at. We're looking at the ideas of, like, do we do immediate rematches? Because for those who followed us with the FPL, the mandate there was you don't get immediate rematches. And I know WWE is toyed with that back and forth. But for us, we're looking at this going, he's clearly evenly matched and in there. So he is deserving of getting another shot. But how and why come from that? So that's down the line, so JD can at least know, like, he took the champion to the limit. We know this, we saw this. And McKennedy, he's the kind of guy who wants the win. Like he even said, he's not satisfied with this type of win, right? So there's a lot that can come from this, and there's a lot that will come from this. So I'm excited to see what happens from that one. But that was a hell of a match. The champ, so far, both champions have retained their titles in their first defenses, so that is a bit of a streak. It's a bit of a tradition now to do it in a no contest. So we'll see what happens when the tag titles get decided in the world title in August. But for now, we have a draw in our main event. And of course, the crowd was booing. They weren't even there for it. It was in a Bayou Brawl. We'll work on that. We'll make sure that we get something a little more satisfactory for the next time to kind of hopefully ensure that doesn't happen again, too. Not that we would have changed anything, just that's the luck of the draw. It happens. Speaking of luck of the draw, this one's the unfortunate one for my co-host here. The FPL Canadian Championship #1 contenders match in Watson Rules, which was the evolution of the Watson Rules. If you'll remember, it's no bonuses. We changed that after a 3-way tie to being ascending bonuses. So if there's a tie, like we had, of just pure points, no bonuses, we then looked at the first bonus, then the second bonus, and we kept going until there was a difference, with one of them getting it right, because if both got it, well, we need to keep going to break that tie, and that's the 15th point. CT didn't get 2 points or 3 points for his bonus, he simply got it like an Ironman match. It's an extra tick on the score. So 15-14 for Jonathan CT Martin, barely pulling it out over my friend here, BeerMeJesus. BeerMe, not to put you on the spot here too much, but you have been very upset over this outcome. No, I'm not even laughing like, it's funny. But I've been there. I've been there, and I kind of want to make sure people know that this can happen. You can end up in a situation where it's quite literally that close, and I'm holding up like in the write-up, forefinger and thumb just an inch apart. It sucks. It happens. It can be majorly dejecting and detracting, and you hate it. And I know you've been through this before, back in the day, a couple years ago. And then, you stick through it, turn things around, end up being world champion. I haven't done that yet, but I've had that low and high. Not to be like, what's your opinion of the match? But what are you feeling here at this point?
I'm a little upset at myself, but I mean, like I said, I'll turn things around. I always do, but I kind of haven't found my footing yet, like predicting wise. It's like I'm winning one and losing one all the time. Like I can't just streak it together. So I think this loss is really going to get me back to really, really paying attention to like every detail now, and. Plus NXT's and WWE have been doing weird stuff with their tag. I haven't got a tag bonus right, I think, in like the last 6 pay-per-views.
That's like
because
me.
I always go with the guy that gets tagged in, and it's always the guy who never gets tagged in to start it, or who never starts it, or something like that. So it's just it is a little dejecting. Like I said, I kind of feel bad because I had discussions with my stablemates, and a couple of them wanted to pick LA Knight, and kind of was like, yeah, but it makes more sense for Grimes because it's a heel heavy show. And I kind of blew it right there for him. So I just want to apologize to Bastian and Broken Nerdd, but and JMSG. But yeah. But yeah, it happens. It happens,
Yeah, it's tough, and it's easy to say, oh, don't worry, you'll bounce back. Because we've been there, and it's like, what's the point? Is what you get that thought process going. But we've both been through that, and we've seen others step away and come back in the FPL.
Yeah.
I know a bunch that did that and came back with a big fanfare and big flourish because it's wrestling, and renewed vigor, and able to come back in and really do well. So I know it's easy for us to say that, but by all means, if you ever are at the point where you're like, man, this isn't fun for me, step away. You're always welcome back. And that gives us ammo to come in and have people make returns and do stuff like that, and put focus on it, and it is extra fun stuff that we can do. But at the same time, if you're there day in, day out, Ironmanning it like I've done, you can learn from that and see things and start to get a feel for it. Like, I had a good run of AEW shows, but nothing else. It's like, oh my god. Like, it happens, right? So
It does. It'll get you. You'll go into spurts where you're like, what the hell am I doing? And all of a sudden, you'll go into spurts where like, wow, I can't predict anything wrong. I'm just getting everything right.
And sometimes it's even the time of year. Like the fall, I suck.
Yeah.
I usually suck. Around September, October, I really slump until February-ish. Like the Rumble, I'm sometimes all right. And I mean, I say that when I've won tag titles and upsets against you in December.
Right.
But this time frame, this Mania season, summer is usually when I do my best. And then after like SummerSlam and All Out, it gets a little rough because that's the product. The product shifts and changes, and like you're following the way it goes. This is gonna sound ridiculous, but it's like following a stock market. You got to kind of see the patterns, know where they're going. So when you see AEW normally doing a thing, you got to think, well, are they going to keep doing that, or are they going to change it up to play with it? And you got to try to analyze and whatever. Again, easier said than done. And it's been 4 years, and I still screw stuff up all the time. So I came off some bad losses to someone who picked 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, didn't even try, and I still lost. Like, that's like it happens.
yeah. Like I've had 2 bad ones. I'm not even. Well, I kind of am upset. Like at that house show where I faced Broken Nerdd, I outscored everybody on that show but him. I lost to the guy that scored the most, and I scored second most. Like, it just happens, you run into these things. It's
certain opponents like me. I've had GMSG's had my number, and UVC for the longest time did. When I beat Bastian last year, oh my god, that was such a huge one. Even Warden 1-on-1 back a couple years ago, huge win. So you can turn it around. Like, just keep in there, and you might surprise yourself. Come into our Discord, listen to us freak out and go, oh my god, I've lost. 2 hours later, I won. Like, you've done that a couple times.
Happens
so
sometimes. Yeah, that will happen.
But we want to make sure people know that and like get that feel out there. It's like, you gotta win. No, I mean, you want to win, but we want to make this fun. If it's not fun for you, don't do it. Well, let's see what we can do. So that's unfortunately what happened here at BeerMe. But like I said, what's going forward for CT? He's thrilled. He's going for Ralentendo in the Canadian title in 1 week at Hell in a Cell. That went from a one-on-one kind of challenge back a while ago, where he kind of like forced the hand, and it went from this neat idea where it's like, oh, 2 people hold up the belts, to this spoiler coming in, continuing to spoil. No offense, but the story is him coming through. Now he's going one-on-one with the champ. Now what? Like, is he got it? Is he gonna win? Like, I love storytelling like that. And from the flip side, I love to see what happens over here. What happens if you lose? What happens if Ralentendo loses? What happens if CT loses? There's some good stuff to come from all sides of that, is what I'm trying to say to everybody, including yourself. I know how much that sucked. Yeah. And I had to write that, and I was like, man, how do I pull this off? So I had it, like, not just counters to counters, but over-countering. Like, it was a lot of fun. So
it was good.
Oh, and for people to know, like, I do a lot of the cinematic matches. CT wrote the Barroom Brawl. Awesome stuff. I loved everything about that. Just the bam at the start. Really it's so good. This whole write-up is awesome. Please go check out our Discord. Go with the match results. Take a look at the full write-up in here. We're going to go through some of the stuff. We're going to go through the card, but we're going to go through some of the details here as we go. So please check this stuff out. Speaking of, Death Money Inc. defeated the Canadian champion, Ralentendo, and his partner, former enemy, Cam. Still kind of enemies, but Ralentendo and Cam lost to who could be the first ever tag team champions next week. This weekend. It's Wednesday. They could be champs on Sunday for the FPL Continental Tag Team Championship. That's our differential. Instead of Intercontinental, it's Continental. They have momentum, and they have more of it than the Creatures. Which, I mean, they're not the Creatures, so they need that, right?
Right. Yeah, and plus, I mean, I'm looking really forward to that match at Hell in a Cell. I'm looking really forward to that. That's a big match.
DMI and the Creatures?
Yeah, like, I didn't think I was going to be this invested, but, like, I'm pretty invested in it.
Same. Like, it's... I mean, no disrespect to DMI, but you've heard me talk up the Creatures all this time, and DMI has been kind of here or there, but they are on all cylinders right now. They are firing like you wouldn't believe. If anybody has this shot to do it, it's them. And I said whoever didn't win the Stadium Stampede, I think is going to win the tag titles, and they're looking good at that. They're on their way to do that. So I'm still pulling for that. I'm very intrigued in that one. Here's an interesting one, BeerMe, that not a lot of people saw coming. Lucian Hollis called for that open challenge, and Arstella answered it.
Right? Yeah.
Or Stella, who coming out attacking RGX and getting a Hell in a Cell match next week, getting involved in that with Rate Wrestle once again. Again, the guy leaving, coming back, working with that. Answers the open challenge and beats him. That's huge. That's big. That's Arstella coming back with massive momentum out of nowhere, because we've talked up Lucian Hollis a lot. Hollis is getting those big wins when it matters, but he's also looking good in defeat. So, not for nothing, that was close.
You know, it's crazy. Remember when I thought I knew who it was going to be? It's kind of crazy that Orstella answered that challenge because I thought RGX was going to answer the challenge, and like those two are facing. You know what I mean? Like it's just see, I can't pick one right. You see, I picked the other guy. But
yeah,
it was good stuff.
He's going on again. CT did all the right about that stuff. Some awesome stuff. And then afterwards, with Lucian Hollis, Ash is it's so good. It's so good when stuff can come back and interweave with each other and just fall into place. I'll say right now, we've had something kind of accidentally set itself up for an awesome couple of months, unplanned.
Yeah.
But it's like you just look at it, that's perfect. So, yeah, there's some cool stuff. Yeah, we also come up with stuff on purpose that we like, but that one was just like, oh, how can we not? So, there's some fun stuff coming for that. So, yeah, including Orstella and Hell in a Cell with RGX and getting momentum on his side. So, RGX, man, this is going to be it. I look forward to your promo, sir, because his promos are always awesome and sends them to me to upload. And if anybody else is doing up promos for Character Chat, you can send them to us. We can upload them directly, or you can put them up and link them. Whatever you want to do, let us know. Or do text. Text is also good. Or, like BeerMe, do none. Because that's also a thing.
Right? Yeah. Maybe I need to start. You know?
I think you do. We got to get there. Hey, James Black beat JJ Rocky, by the way. 23-21. I called it.
All right. I don't think people are going to be sleeping on Mr. Black now.
No. That is... Also, it's Nick Aldis and Keith Lee, which is an amazing sounding match.
Yeah.
I suddenly want to see that. But JJ, very angry, very upset, very destructive, looked great in the loss. 21 beats most people on this show as well. Like you were saying, sometimes you do great and you lose. But Black had 23 and took it. And that's the win when it matters. That is awesome. That is killer for him. The momentum that you get off a win like that, I mean, quality of wins, right? So, awesome stuff. I'm very happy to see Black getting that. And yeah, we talk, he hates me, whatever, but no, whatever. It's awesome. I love seeing that. That is awesome stuff. So I'm very excited by that.
Plus, like you said, his character is Nick Aldis. I could imagine him walking around with the world title, being the real world champion. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I can see a lot of stuff coming in with that.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, BeerMe mentioned this, but Bastian and Broken Nerdd went to a no contest with Simple Creatures, Modstep, and Chappers. Now, if Bastian and Nerdd had picked LA Knight like they wanted to, they would have won this match, like BeerMe was saying. And this is the kind of stuff that happens. But fate is what it is, and the Creatures did not lose, keeping their momentum, but not as solid as DMI. So, and Bastian and Broken Nerdd are both going into Hell in a Cell. A little tension there. Not exactly like, enemies teaming, but it's just they both want the same thing. They both want the same goal. That world title is in their grasp almost, and a bit of back and forth. And this match was just chaotic and nuts and got thrown out because they didn't stop fighting, as you'd expect. So, what were your thoughts on that one?
I thought it was really good. I didn't know how y'all were going to pull out. I kind of knew how y'all would pull off the DQ, but
yeah,
it was pretty good. And like I said, neither person really lost, and nobody lost momentum.
Nope.
So everybody looked good. So it is what it is. I'm that Nerd Bastion match is gonna be pretty epic. I bet at Hell in a Cell. Looking forward to that as well.
Well, they're part of the Hell in a Cell. Remember, they're four.
Yeah.
They're 2 of the 6. There's 4 to go. So
yeah, that's right.
We might have the other 4 later tonight if you guys pay attention. We'll get to that. We will have it. I'm teasing that badly. But the Creatures, forgive me, people who've read the write-up, but I had the Creatures taunting DMI by doing moves, saying that DMI taunted them by taunting them, their finishers, and now the Creatures were returning the favor. I screwed that up and I put them in the wrong order because the match order was not right. So the Creatures actually did it first, and DMI was reactionary. I just had in my brain that, of course, DMI would do it, so the Creatures would, play Warfare back. But when the Creatures did it, DMI hadn't yet, so that's the thing in the write-up. Just don't ignore that part. It's fine. I'm waving at the screen, baby. You can't see it, but it's fine. But the idea, like if you know me and you know how I do my write-ups, which you can probably tell mine, it's all-out chaos. Think Goldberg versus Lesnar. It's 5 minutes of insanity is what I try to kind of go for in some of these things. And when I realized I could have this match start with that, and that's why it should end in the clusterfuck no contest, yeah, it's just going to be nonstop with these 4. So I had a lot of fun with that one, definitely. So next up, Redhead 12 defeated Killmonger 8, 22-19. And Killmonger getting that shot up on the card, which was part of the story, actually. Red calling for that. It's like, look, come on up. Let's see what you can do. And it's like a little bit of an open challenge for some of the pre-show guys to come up against someone who's established. A bit of a name. Kind of like what I almost did, but I got Pain instead. So, but Red won. Red won this one. Went a little nuts. You know, got some blood. Started licking it. I came and helped her out. Pulled her out of there. Killmonger's fine.
Mm.
We'll see. But Red got the win. Turned that around. So very happy to see that one. That's a good win for her.
Definitely.
Rate Wrestle and Sebastian Escobar went to a no contest because of course these guys did.
Right.
This was another one that CT wrote, and I loved this match. Rate Wrestle, he's given us a lot of bits here and there for like, this is his, like my character idea, and we're like, okay. So when we realized it's him and Escobar, like you were hyped for this match before when you realized, oh yeah, that's what we ended up with. So,
yeah.
So now Escobar is dealing with stuff and Rates. I mean, he's a lone wolf, kind of like I was for a while. Maybe something has to happen there, so we'll see what he does. But these went to a no contest. We move on. We see what happens from there. Tino beat James Costner. Junction beat the Alpha Dog. Scott beat Payne. Look at me, I beat Payne. Yeah, that's on the kickoff. And then Chef Urban beat Wesley Shadow. I gotta go back to that Payne victory though. I didn't expect that. Full disclosure, but I said if I could do it, it's on a takeover, and I did it.
Big win.
But if you notice, 20, most of the scores we've talked about already, they would have beat me. So I just happen to have a good opponent for this event. That's what you do sometimes. Junction, same thing, 20. But Tino, Rayton Escobar, Red, Black and Rocky, or Stella, yeah. I mean, the hardcore stuff and the Watson are different, but yeah. Now, we did have in here, where is it here? Let me scroll through just to skip ahead. I want to find it. Here we are. We had the Junction Alpha Dog. I mentioned that. But we had some attacks, some extra stuff with Detrick Cyrus getting involved. And, yeah, there's La Familia is now formed. We have another faction, BeerMe, coming in.
Yeah.
Now, as part of one yourself, how do you feel about yet another faction coming to
down with it?
Run roughshod? You like it? You like the factions?
Yeah, I mean it's not like AEW huge where everybody's in a faction, but it's I like it. I like it. It adds a little bit more diversity to the factions that are already here. So yeah, let's do it.
It is also, like I said, it's getting guys like Escobar, Rate Wrestle, seeing like, this is getting tough, this is getting interesting. But for me, when I was a solo act for the longest time, refusing factions, that was some of the most fun I had, to be able to go in there and figure out, how do I one-up someone when there's 4 of them? Right? And you're doing like a Kevin Owens or an AJ Styles when they're having these kind of games, or like Stone Cold, of course. You're that guy. So I know Rate is perfectly built for that kind of stuff, and a few others here are perfect for that. RGX as well, absolutely. This is what's on my screen. So to see that is a lot of fun. We'll see what happens. We'll see where that goes, for sure. Next up, to do the rest of the opening kickoff card, we've got OVS, Angela Grace, and Jason Blades getting that win, that long-awaited win over CJ Hawk and Lexi Briggs. Kurt Cult beat Mad Elite Titan. I think that's Kurt Cult's second or third win. That's a big one for him because Mad Elite has had some rough, has some good wins, but some rough spots. So that's why these matches make sense. That's why we make them. Midnight Rider beat RGX by a point. Sorry, RGX. I love you, but that's my guy. The Rider is back, and he is violent as ever. LJ defeated Ace High. The Strays getting their win. Sherf Dog and Michael Marsh beating Carlito and Wookie. Again, I called it. But, that was against logic, so I'll still take my win.
Right.
I'll take my win on that. The GMSG beat Smooth Rock and Skylar Cross. Papa Snooch defeated Bane the Bissa, and the Gaffer defeated Buckend 5. Gaffer with 24 points. Very, very good. The other OVS team, Casey Ward and Roman Pierce, Went to a no contest with Matt, Zion, and Rab. So Matt and Rab did not win. That momentum kind of keeps going. Supreme Rock defeated Mystery Mask, and Macho Mendoza defeated Lynn. That, I believe, was our match of the night. These newcomers getting it in their first time.
Congratulations.
Let's see. Any other ones? Rab got his 5 appearances. A few got their 10. And where's match of the night? I thought I saw it in there. There it is. Yeah, Mendoza and Lynn got match of the night. And yes, Mystery Mask. That's what he's got. Love that graphic image, by the way, with El Phantasmo. Or no, that's Desperado. I always get that mixed up. CT makes fun of me. But yeah, come check out the results, guys. Come take a look at everything in here. See the stuff with Payne, where I countered his shooting star press with a clothesline. That's cool. TJ, Tino and Costner, Ray Russell and Escobar. You can see all the write-up results here of the whole thing, including Ash making his return and the insanity in the Bayou. What's your overall thoughts on this one, Beerme? A lot of it went the way we thought. I know, like I said, yours is kind of flavored quite a bit by your loss, but overall, seeing the ups and downs, what do you think?
It was really good. It was really good, and it was a really great write-up all around. I think it was one of the best so far. It just keeps getting better. Everything just keeps getting better. It just keeps flowing. So
it's
good job to everybody that writes.
Appreciate that. That's myself, CT, and Red, so I appreciate that. I know they'll be watching this. I don't need to pass it along, but they'll hear that. I mean, you tell them that too. But yeah, if you guys like stuff, let us know. If you don't like stuff, let us know, because we don't want to do things with your character that doesn't make sense. I've been in that position, and it's like, oh, I hate that. So let us know if it doesn't work, because we'll manipulate it and tweak it and go from there and try to fix things, but also build stuff, because we're actively building stuff for the future, for months out, but also looking at things, like I said before, Slammiversary and Best in the World are coming up in July. That's house show stuff. We can really flow and have fun with that, and then see what happens for some stuff towards SummerSlam and things like that. So we can have a lot of fun with that. Barry, speaking of looking forward, let's shift over, and yes, it is time for Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that's Sunday. This Sunday,
right.
We've got a show. So here we are. We're at about the half-hour mark. Let's dive in on Hell in a Cell. I'm just going to mention this first off. We do have the Hell in a Cell match. It is the qualifier, where the winner, let's knock on wood just to get out of the way, or winners, because that's how these have gone, will advance to face Lexi Briggs and Luke Gray. In July, the winner, or winners, of that match will advance to face Payne, the guy I beat, at SummerSlam to be the first ever FPL World Champion. So we'll come back. We'll make you wait on the rest of those names. That's because it's more fun that way. But also on this, it is some momentous championship, not even implications, but championships. We will have the inaugural FPL Continental Tag Team Championship match. Simple Creatures, Modstep, and Chapters. Chapters is a Canadian bookstore, just so you guys know. That's where my brain went for a second. Modstep and Chapters actually became Indigo. It's the name change. Chapters is a much better name for a bookstore. Simple Creatures, who have had momentum and then just eked out, keeping it going, versus Death Money Inc., the Arbiter, and Kano Mac, who have that momentum solidly. And that could be that last little push to become the first ever tag title holders. Who have you got on that one? I'm sticking with Death Money. I'm seeing them all the way through to the end on this. Who have you got?
God. I keep wavering on this, because I think every episode I'm like, oh, I'll take this one, then I'll take this one. I'm gonna go with Death Money.
Oh, I heard you say the.
I know, it's so hard. It's so hard because you don't bet against them. Yet I'm gonna bet against them right here. So I'm gonna, give me DMI. Give me DMI for the win.
Okay. Now we've also got the FPL Canadian Championship. Beerme, you've obviously have history with both these men. I do too, but you've got it in the stakes. The FPL Canadian Championship, Watson rules. Relentendo is defending against Jonathan C.T. Martin. 1-on-1, he gets his rematch. Who, I think he's going to take it because he found a way to beat you with the bonuses. I think CT's probably going to pull it out. But Relentendo, all he's got to do is tie. and he keeps it.
Yeah.
And he's done that before against 2 people. That's hard to bet against. So, I mean, that's Champion's advantage right there in that sense, and it's hard to bet against him, but I see CT's on a roll. Like, it's not a CT slide, it's a CT roll. So, I'm going with CT on that one just because of that roll he's on. What do you think?
I'm going to pick him as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Jonathan's CT roll Martin to roll on.
Next up, we've got a Hell in a Cell match. The challenge was accepted. RGX versus Orstella. Big comeback by Orstella. RGX had that waiver, but he has found ways to win these. He's been like I have before, where it's blood feud after blood feud. I think he's going to win this one. RGX has Hell in a Cell in the bank. I think he's got it. Who have you got?
Man, that would be a feel-good moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, man, Orstella came back and beat Lucian Hollis. Like, that's kind of... I want to pick RGX, but I want to pick Orstella.
It's hard not to pick him, right? That win against Hollis was big.
Yeah, I'm going. That's the only reason I'm good. That's the only reason I'm going to do it, because like if I was betting with my heart, I'd pick RGX to win.
Okay.
Since Orstella just came in and beat Hollis, I gotta go with it. He's got momentum.
He might be fresh because RGX, he's been going nonstop. He's been battling through against doctor's orders. Orstella, he was gone for a bit and came back like Edge. No, that's even better with the picture. And came back and has done what he's done. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to bet against him, but I'm picking RGX on that one. I'm sticking with him. Speaking of Hollis, though, Lucian Hollis is facing Ash in a hardcore match. And Ash is coming off of the injury. It's kind of the flip side here. I'm going to pick Hollis. I think Hollis is going to get that leg up for once in one of these, and he's going to win this one. But it's going to be close. But I'm picking Lucian Hollis on this one. Who have you got?
Same. I gotta. Yeah. I mean, he's like I said, he's got to get one up eventually on one of these, and I think this is where it gets going.
And Ash is a good opponent for it because that's still a name. That's the WrestleMania co-main event right there. One half of it. So
yeah,
that's a big one if he gets that. It's a good target that he picked. So I could see that one. Now that's all we've got here, obviously, but that's not all we've got because I've got more to announce. So let me scroll up here, get that framed nicely. There we go. Hell in a Cell on the screen. Oh, we almost got it 3 times. Yeah, there we go. That looks nice and ridiculous along the side there. That's perfect. So, the matches I have to announce. We'll save the Hell in a Cell competitors for last, because I know you've got some matches and I've got some matches. I'll announce my kickoff matches, BeerMe. Do you have any kickoff ones?
I have 2.
Okay, so I'll do mine. You do yours. Then we'll go back and forth. So my kickoff matches, we've got OVS, Casey Warden, and Roman Pierce. Coming off a win, or I think it was no contest. I forget which group got which. But it wasn't the loss, so that's the key. Versus the Strays, Scherf Dog and Michael Marsh on the kickoff. That's a step up for these guys. And OVS is, like I said, they're kind of ripe for the picking for that. Because they've had some runs of bad luck. So I like this possibility here. Who have you got on that?
I'm gonna pick the Strays.
Yeah, I like these new guys. I like this. This is that kind of thing. This new team coming out of nowhere could make a name, and by the time we're looking for contenders, that could be a win or 2 away right there, and they're getting a tag title shot. That's how it is. That's how easy this is. So, getting wins on main shows like that, thumbs up, guys. That's what you want to do. That's what we want to see. I say that. Being there is awesome. We're glad you're here and you want to do it too. But hey, let's set up some contenders, right? Let's go. Also on the kickoff, CJ Hawk will go one-on-one with the Alpha Dog.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. There's craziness going on with that, so I'm interested to see what happens there. I'm picking Hawk just because he's kind of been that survivor here with this stuff, and Alpha's a tough one, and Alpha's got everything going right now for him, but I'm picking Hawk on this one. Who have you got?
Yeah, give me the MVP of the pre-show. Give me Hawk.
There you go. Also on the kickoff, Bane the Bissa versus Kurt Cult. Full disclosure, these guys have had some rough losses, and we're looking to see a winner, hopefully. That's kind of what this is. Kurt Cult got a win. Bane's got some wins here and there. I'm picking Bane to get that because Kurt Colt, sorry, but your record is that bad. I can't realistically pick you under the parameters of logic. But that's the former Green Machine. He was amazing score wise. He was the first to hit 1,000 points back in the old JRPL. So I want Kurt Colt to win and win a lot and do great, but I just can't until he starts to. So I'm picking Bane. How about you?
You know, give me Kurt Colt. He's won 2 in a row, and he's going to bring that diesel, that fire.
There you go.
He's going to make it 3 in a row.
Nice. Well, that's my kickoff. What have you got for the kickoff, BeerMe?
Let me see here. I just had it. Okay, I have Mad Elite Titan versus Buck N5. Who do you got?
Titan coming off of that surprising loss and Buck going to no contest. I think Buck can capitalize. That's when Buck wins these kind of things. So I think Buck N5 is going to win that. Titan probably should, and is probably your safe bet. But I think Buck is going to win another one. How about you?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Buck N5 as well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to do it. Yep. All right. I got CM Carlito and Wookie versus Matt Zion and Rap.
I'm picking Carlito and Wookie. Just because they actually do points, like they pick things properly and realistically.
Right.
But Matt and Rab, that's how dangerous they are. They've actually got, I think, a winning record as a team. So they're like, they could realistically be in contention as well. Like I said, so if they win, it's them versus Strays. You got to think down the line. But I'm picking Carlito and Wookie on that one, and I presume you're probably going the same way on that.
I'm gonna pick Matt and Rab.
You are? Well, I say that Matt
Yeah.
Rab does pick normally, and Matt actually did change his up. He went
Right.
he went like 5-3-4-2-1. Like he just tweaked a couple numbers, so he did change it up for this.
Yeah.
That's a money bet. I could see that happening. I could see that. I just hit my hand. If anybody heard that noise, that was my hand on my keyboard. Okay, what else you got?
I just got a couple more. I got a couple main show matches. It looks like.
Well, I'll do my 2 main show matches here.
Ready?
I got Cure 1 versus Chef Urban.
Ooh, that's good.
It was a good match. Urban back on the main show. I think he bounced the kickoff a little bit there. I'm picking him on this. Cure 1 has had some rough runs of luck, and I think Urban's going to turn that around. Turn that against him and capitalize. I think Urban's going to win that one. What do you got?
I'm going to go with the same, and all for the reasons that you just said. Yeah.
Now this one's a fun one because remember when I said that the winner of Hell in a Cell advances to face Luke Gray and Lexi Briggs in that 3-way or whatever it ends up being. Well, at Hell in a Cell, we get Luke versus Lexi 1-on-1.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think Lexi's going to take that.
Yeah.
But I think Luke's going to go all the way.
Oh.
Well, I don't.
All right.
See, it's hard because the Hell in a Cell could like that person adds in. If Luke doesn't win this, I'm probably picking him more so for the next one. I'm in that American title situation and tag title where you lose one, you win the next. So I think Lexi's got this, but I don't think she wins the July match. Yeah, that's my pick here. What about you?
I'm gonna pick. Man, this is tough too. Yeah, give me Lexi Briggs.
Yeah,
I think she's gonna win here. Yeah,
1-on-1 on the main show. I think she's probably got it.
Actually, no. I'm going to switch my pick. I'm going to pick Luke Gray.
Yeah,
because I think that with Lexi and Hawk having to deal with Sebastian Escobar, I think she's going to have a little bit more on her plate, and Luke's going to capitalize and win here.
And that's how he got to this point in the first place. So I think you're right. Yeah, that's a good bet. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Now what else have you got for the main show, main card?
All right. I have Junction will be taking on Detrick Cyrus.
Yeah, there's some fallout of that, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
I got to pick Detrick on that. Detrick, he's got too much going for him right now with the faction stuff. So Detrick is on my pick. How about you?
Man, yeah. I mean, I think he needs it, but man, Junction's string some wins together. I'm going to pick Detrick as well, but I kind of hope Junction keeps the streak going.
I do too, because I know Junction had a real rough time last for the Rumble situation, but Detrick, I want Detrick getting those wins. I want Detrick really being able to pull this out, and this is what he needs. This is the opportunity. So I'm pulling for Detrick on this one, even though he's like kind of faction heel, whatever. But I'm pulling for Detrick. I like to see this idea. I want to see that capitalized. When something like that happens, I want to see the next one be a win, right? So that's my hope there.
Oh, Scott, I also have one more match after. Well, I have half of a match after this. I think you have half of the.
I have the other half.
Same match after this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Well, I have this match, and then I guess we'll probably do that. Okay, this one will definitely have your attention. We have the GMSG versus the Midnight Rider. Who do you got?
Lee, I'm picking the Rider because I think he's beat him before. I'm not.
Yeah.
I think he has. I think Red's beat him, and I think Lee's beat him, but I haven't. So I think I'm gonna go with him again. I think the Rider's gonna win. GMSG's probably like, no, they haven't. We both have all the stats, but I think Rider's gonna take that. I'm picking that. GMSG's the safe money, honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm picking Rider. Absolutely. How about you? You picking your guy?
I'm gonna pick Jim. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Jim.
Yeah. All right. So what's your half of the match?
It's a Tornado Tag Team Hardcore match.
Okay.
And my half of the team is Josh Diodio and Alexander McKennedy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You want to know who the other half is?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
The other half is BeerMeJesus and Scott.
Oh God.
So the reason for that, let me just say,
that's great.
So, and that's okay. So our characters aren't like we're friends on a TV show. No, our characters don't like each other. This cat. The reason is because after the Canadian title stuff, we had a whole bunch of like Ralentendo and Cam and teaming of weird partners and stuff, and kind of looked and went, "Why don't we do that again with the American and put McKennedy and JD together? Who will they face?" Well, I was originally looking to face McKennedy, maybe to be like, let's face him. He'll give him the match he wants, non-title, but we'll do that. Then we went, what about BeerMe? But what about you? Why not? And so now you came out of close title contention and are opposite the other title holder, and he's teaming with the guy who had it, and you're teaming with me, the Canadian. And I've got history with McKennedy after the stuff with the Rider, who he did that with and had that neck and neck stuff with. So, so our characters are not on the same page at all for this. That's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It's Tornado Tag, so it's just all four go.
That is so great.
So,
man.
I guess we need to talk picks or not? I don't know. But
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's that match. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tornado Tag was inspired by NXT the other night, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good match. I like that.
It's now full disclosure. It's not going to go anywhere for tag rankings. I mean, technically it is, but these aren't teams, so let's put a stop on that.
Hey, we're one step closer to the tag title, Scott.
There you go.
Be something tag titles.
But what it really is kind of just the point to get us from point A to B. It's that in between. Because what do we do with the American title guy during this, and the guy who almost got it, and then the guy who almost got the Canadian? Like, what do we do with these guys? Put them in a match. And I'm kind of like the odd man out. We need 4. It was almost a 4-way. Like also too, it was like, it's a 4-go. So we'll see what happens there, and we'll have some fallout from that. So I don't think we've ever teamed before, have we? Except for like maybe a Survivor Series, I think. I don't remember. So
I don't remember either. I don't think we have.
No.
Well, maybe we have. I don't know. That'll be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. So we'll have to talk picks on that. Probably not. I never talk picks, just for the record, but we'll figure it out. So we'll figure that. We have chatted before about picks, so we'll see where we go.
That's true.
We've rambled long enough here, BeerMe. People probably want to know who's in Hell in a Cell. Just so we don't, we made them wait long enough. So in Hell in a Cell, we've got Bastian and Broken Nerdd, who qualified by winning that Battle Royal, the Casino Battle Royal, over at Double or Nothing. Now, we had a bunch of matches as informal qualifiers, kind of in the back of our head going, let's see who the winners are of these. This could be good. Wasn't announced that way, because there was, honestly, more matches than there could have been qualifiers. We're just kind of seeing what worked, what didn't, and stuff like that. So, the qualifiers, and you'll start to see based on the results we had of who they are. I'll just mention them. Based on his victory over JJ Rocky, James Black is in Hell in a Cell.
Oh, that's awesome.
Full disclosure, if JJ Rocky had won, he would have been in. So
not gonna be too happy about that.
That's a rough one. Our trench warfighter, who he's taken that handle now, he liked it and thanked me for the new nickname.
Right.
He didn't get in, so Black got the opportunity. Black took it. Black got it. But that's the key. He didn't know that's what it was. He got the win when it mattered, and there you go. Also in, based on the victory over Killmonger, is Redhead 12. And this one, I know people were like, what? Would Killmonger have been in? Yeah, he would have. Because he was just kind of dominating on the kickoff constantly. So we gave him to step up. We had a match. We saw what happened there. He got that spot. Or Red got that spot.
Plus, storyline, it makes sense. Red's the GM.
It does.
Make it like, oh, you know what? I'm going to be in it for the last person, you know? Like,
there is a bit of that. I will say, for those, whatever, I absolutely refused, because we did it before where I think it was Rontendo or it was Cam who beat Payne to get in the chamber. I was like, do not put me in this match. I do not deserve to be put in here because I beat Payne. Absolutely not. It was the first words out of my mouth. If they said, you want to do it, I'd be like, all right, fine, twist my arm, and I would have taken it. Don't get me wrong, because I would not have turned that down much. It would have taken a bit of twisting, but I was like, no, I don't want that. It was never on the cards as a match. It was a kickoff. Me versus Payne. Neat. So, full disclosure there. The last one, and bear me, you're probably going to like this a lot. Our last entrant, or match as it were, is the result of a no contest. And both Rate Wrestle and Sebastian Escobar, here he is again, are in Hell in a Cell.
Oh, wow.
They went to a no contest. We had no clear winner. We needed 2 more names. Both are in.
Yeah, so that Hell is so stacked.
It's Bastian, Broken Nerdd, James Black, Redhead, Sebastian Escobar, and Rate Wrestle. And Escobar, I swear to God, I did not mean to name you second to last, but
right.
That's just how it's written. It's what CT wrote that for me. That is our Hell in a Cell lineup. The winner, bracket winners, of this match will go on to face, we're going to see him here on this card, Luke and Lexi. They'll go on to face those two in a whatever number of people match it is for the chance to face Payne at SummerSlam for that world title. Bear me, who have you got?
Man. All right, how about this? We'll do who we want to win.
Okay.
Or no.
Yeah, no.
Because
I want Red to win. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. How about this? For who we want to win, we have to take out our stablemates.
Yeah. No.
How about that?
Okay.
We'll pick somebody. We'll pick somebody besides our stable.
I'm pulling for Red, so obviously yes.
Yeah, and I'm pulling for Bastian. So, but if there was somebody else in there that you'd want to win, who would it be? Who out of all those names, who would you want to win?
I love all of them for that.
I know.
Because
right?
Bastian, he's been there. That's, he's got the second chance in. I love it. Broken Nerdd, he's always been close, but he's always top tier as well. So this is that last push. James Black, kind of my dark horse.
Black.
I really want Black. I really want Black to win that, to be like, oh my God, yeah. I'm gonna skip a name. Rate Wrestle, yeah, same thing. Like I love everything. Him and Black are in that same kind of tier to be like, let's break through violently. But Sebastian Escobar, yet again, not quite weaseling his way in, but he's still there. Never say die, and it could be Payne versus Escobar, which I know you've wanted from day frickin', well, not day 1, but close to it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying day 2. I almost did, but I'll say yeah. Escobar is a good one. I gotta go with James Black. I love the
Right?
idea
Like,
of him standing tall at the end of that.
out of
That's
all
the one I pick.
That would be like that guy really coming out of left field. Like you have like all these guys in the match, and you're like, all right, like, and then you got the one guy that probably shouldn't be there, but is there because he beat JJ, and then he like shocks the world. You know, that would be cool.
It's like a Cesaro situation, is what it kind of is. It's like, really him? Then you're like, yeah, him. That's Black. But
Man.
I mean, Escobar.
I kind of really want. Yeah.
But Rate and Nerdd and Bastian, and of course
Nerdd, yeah.
Of course, Red.
And Red. Yeah, Red. Yep. Can't forget Red.
What have you got? What is your opinion on the field here?
It's stacked. It's just I don't know. Like obviously I'm rooting for Bastian. I think he can pull it out, but I mean that just you got to go through James Black, who just beat JJ Rocky, who has probably the most, well, not the most momentum out of anybody, but he's kind of. Mm-hmm. Red, who's the GM, who could just win it, and that would be like, I don't know. I mean, that would be kind of cool. You have Nerdd, who's the Terminator. That would be cool. And who's one of the biggest faces, along with Bastian. And Rate, he's the big technical guy that I like. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I really like that. I don't know. I think I'm rooting for Bastian, but if I had to pick somebody besides him to win it, I think I would want Sebastian Escobar to win it, just because I'm tired of seeing him be number 2.
Yeah, I like that. I like that too. I love that this is a field where all of them is a good outcome. Right?
Yeah.
Like
it really is.
And I say that where there are some names, yes, who are maybe not as strong right now, and it'll be like, really, they're in it? There's nobody like that here. Because like I said, that win over JJ, James Black, yeah. Like if JJ was in here, we'd have a very different discussion right now, wouldn't we? That's how much we're JJ fans. But Black, I love everything about him getting in there. Nerdd and Bastian kind of co-in. Four of the spots are from 2 no contests, basically. But it's a long, hard road. And again, how we kind of look at it, no contest, there's no winner, but there's no loser, so you're both equally matched. It's not like, oh, you both failed. It's, let's try this again. And that's what we're dealing with here with these guys. So I'm very excited for that Hell in a Cell.
Imagine if Escobar finishes second again, though. That would just be heartbreaking. We can't have that.
Well, it is Armageddon, 6-man Hell in a Cell, not elimination for that matter, but for those who are in the match, the points for this is something different than we've done before, and that goes for the other Hell in a Cell matches that are there as well. The way Hell in a Cell works is that you get double for your points. So if you get 5 right for picking Roman Reigns beating Rey Mysterio, you get 10 points. But say you picked Rey Mysterio for 5 and Roman won, you get negative 10 points in Hell in a Cell. It's brutal. The points go nuts. So that is the full specifics of that. So keep that in mind, guys, as you go here. And now I realize, as I'm saying this, that there's this Armageddon Hell in a Cell match, and that we've got RGX and Orstella is Hell in a Cell. Suddenly I'm sitting there thinking, I thought we had a third one. So I'm pretty sure there is a third Hell in a Cell match now that we said all this. So I'm actually going to, live as we do this, just go over here and hide my screen, people. I know I can cut this, but it's more fun this way. This amuses me greatly, so you can hear me live talk about this with BeerMe, because I'm pretty sure we had a third one. This is like I'm part of the booking committee, but I was like, wait, didn't we do a third? I thought there was a third. Wasn't there a third? It's loading up.
Yeah, RGX or Stella, Lucian Hall. Isn't Lucian Hollis Nash in one?
That's what I was wondering. Did we not put that? No, we just got his hardcore. Nope, it's his hardcore. We were debating that one as Hell in a Cell. Hey, I'm back. We were debating that to be Hell in a Cell. That's what it was. So no harm, no foul. That's where we go. Because I just want to make sure people know that before they put their picks in this week. So keep that in mind. Hardcore matches still have your points bounce back and forth, but RGX or Stella, you got that too. Double points for successes and double negative for the opposite. And for even on top of that, double check, we've got it in our Discord. There are match rules for in there how it works. Because if I've said it wrong, it's not going by what I said. It's what the rules are down there because we made sure they write those well. So go check those out as well. And here's about other matches. Do you want to maybe do something for, I don't know, Slammiversary, Best in the World, stipulations? You can see what we can do. Go check that out down below as well. But bear me, I think we're good here. We've rambled on for close to an hour. We've got an epic card coming up. We've got some strategy to talk, I think, coming up.
Right.
But our characters will not. I know that much for certain. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, anything else you want to say to the people for Hell in a Cell?
Just make sure you get your picks in, and good luck to everybody, especially everybody in the Hell in a Cell world title qualifier thing. So, yeah.
Very excited to see what happens there. Thanks again, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is Frontline League on Twitter. Like, follow, and subscribe down below. And then go check out our Discord to sign up. You can still be part of this card if you get in before the deadline, which will be, I think, depending, it's 8 or 7, so it's an hour before the pre-show, so there's an hour before that. So, like, 4 p.m. Eastern, get your picks in by then. You'll be on the card, probably down to the low stuff, but our champions started that way. We started that way back in the day. This is how you get in there. We talked about the Strays. They could be the first challengers for all we know because they signed up like 2 months ago. Not even. Come in, join up, sign up, be part of this, see the write-ups, give us some fun stuff. We'll play with some characters. We'll have some fun. It's a whole bunch of new guys. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for watching. Especially those guys who told me they went back and watched every episode from the beginning. So, bear me, we got a couple of new guys who just went through our archive and checked it all out. So, thanks for that, too. But, yeah, so thanks again, everybody. We'll see you Sunday, and then we'll see you in July for some absolute craziness with a couple house shows. That should be very interesting to see as well. But thanks again for everybody. For Beer Me, have a good night.